I like how I did that opening. That's got to be great. Well, let me get in contact with everybody on Discord and tell Discord that, I am live. I think that's the best thing to do. So, give me a moment. We're trying to get everything all set up and ready to go. Let's see. A lot of discussion today about a lot of things. Oh, yeah. A lot of discussion about a lot of things. Let's see. Let me double check and make sure. And I know y'all heard the ding ding in the back, and that was me. If y'all noticed, I did change the color of this room. It was a awful looking peach color. That was not by my design, by the way. That was. Y'all noticed, I did change. Oh, we're definitely checking to make sure that we're live, and we are live. So make sure y'all put a thumbs up on the video, just to let you know. If you will, it would be appreciated. And I'm gonna wait for a couple minutes for people to come in. So make sure you got your drink and snacks, by the way. There's a couple things that I have done to make changes to let's see, how can I say this? There's a couple things that I've changed in the present and stuff like that. So first changes that I made was that I made a Faceless gaming channel, which has no commentary, just Faceless, me playing games and recording it and putting it out onto a channel. So this way, because I get asked the question every time by everybody, when am I going to put games out there? And I put games out there, but that's the reason why I started Circuit Crafters. So this way, y'all can see that that's just a Faceless gaming channel. So you can see the games that I play. Okay. They're not going to be like AAA games just yet because I have to work up to that point of buying those games. But I'd rather focus on buying the hardware first because most people want to see, PC building and stuff like that. So I focused more on the PC building than I did buying games. So that's where I'm left with right now. And soon as financial things get better, I'll be able to buy AAA games and start playing those and putting them out there. Like Cyberpunk 2077, redemption and stuff like that. I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, it would be nice if you start playing those kind of games. Well, yeah, it'd be nice if I did it, but also too, it would be even more nice if they weren't so damn expensive. Back then, you can buy a game off the shelf at Walmart for like $6 or $8. You know, you could. You could buy them for like $6 or $8 from Walmart. Now these days, CDs are out. Nobody likes to do CDs anymore because that's like a thing in the past and everything's done through the USB drive. So I'm just right now putting out all the markers for what I'm doing right now. The live stream. And giving a little time for everybody to get in and just talking about simple little things. Okay. So we'll take this here and put that there. But what I'm going to try to do is show you guys what I'm trying to build. So that way you can see what's going on. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to the action screen. As soon as I turn that off, because I know you guys want to see that pop up over and over again. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Hopefully everything's just hunky-dorky. So here we go. Okay. Oop, I forgot to make the cursor bigger. I know you guys like to see this big booty cursor, so we're going to make it big. There we go. Big booty cursor. Okay. Now, if you noticed on my Faceless Gaming channel, I'm still trying to perfect the fact of how I want it done. So I'm looking into the fact of I don't want to do it like everybody else. I want to do it like me. I want to do it like me. I don't want to do it like everybody else. I want you guys to see it on my persona, not everybody else's. So right here, what I did is this is shorts. So for every one of these full-length games, what I did was, like this one right here, I did this one right here. Let me turn this down a little bit. I forgot it'll echo back through my mic if I don't mute my microphone. My bad. Okay. Now the thing is this right down here. If y'all, and I'm going to explain how this works on a Faceless Gaming channel. This is a short. Okay. This is for YouTube shorts. Okay. What I did is I put right here the full length video. This is crafted by YouTube, but this is my full length video for every short I do. Every short I do is got the full length video attached to it. So if you go to click here, let's see, let me do this. so that way it doesn't back up through the microphone. If you click on here, this gives you the full-length video. So I attached them together so you can see that. But I'm taking, and I decided that I'm not going to put in the opening. I'm just going to start the game off with the picture right there, the opening of the picture, and then go into the game. I'm not sure if I want to leave the benchmarking up like this or what. You guys let me know in the comments what you think, if I should leave the benchmarking up or not, because this is just the RTX 4070 with the Ryzen 7 5700X CPU, and you know, it's right there. I have everything set in stone to show you what's going on. So if you want me to leave that up continuously, let me know. What's going to make it more beneficial for you to watch, you know, the game, and what's going to make it better for everybody to want to watch these games that I play. These are live plays. This is not generated by AI. This is completely done by me. Okay, completely done by me. So I played the game. This I took off of the live stream I did, was it a couple weeks ago? And I put it into a video and I put it onto this channel. So, but what I'm doing now is, let me go backwards. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm compiling, you know, like this one right here, My Global City. It's Global City on Steam. So this link will take you right to the full-length video. So you can watch the full-length video of me playing Global City. I put My Global City because it is My Global City, you know. Come on, man. But I wanted everybody to see the full-length game. I know it's only going to be, it's only 30 minutes, but I want to know, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Is 30 minutes too long? That's going to be the question. Is 30 minutes too long? If it is, then I'll break it down to 15 minutes. You know, but I think it's kind of fair to do it at 30 minutes, truthfully. It's not like it's going to be an hour, but that's the question. This is the question with the Faceless Gaming channel. Should we do 15-minute videos? Or let's start like this. Should I do 5-minute videos, 15-minute videos, 30-minute videos, or 1 hour of videos? Make sure you leave a comment on this video here down below. Leave a comment down below. And let me know what you think. What length of time should I be doing these videos? Right now, this is a molding time. I'm molding and crafting this channel. That's the reason why it's called Circuit Crafters, is to stay in contact with the viewers, to find out if the viewers are happy with the amount of length of time that I'm doing the games. Now, all the games that I play on here, yes, I'm using a different audio source, attaching it with the game instead of the game itself, is because YouTube's kind of, you know, freaky and everything else. Understand that. Is because I don't want to get flagged by YouTube over the fact of, you know, the content in the game I'm playing, you know. I want to keep it nice and neat to where we don't have any copyright problems or anything else. So I'm using music with, you know, the gaming videos that's not going to get stricken by YouTube for copyright. So I want you to understand that. But, you know, when it comes to a faceless gaming channel, you know, there's certain provisions you got to make. But this is, I'm going to say this is not AI generated. This is not AI generated. This is generated by me playing the game. Okay. So there's no AI generated whatsoever. And as you can see, I'm moving around playing the game. Okay, this I've been playing for a while. Okay, as you can see, I've been building this. I like this kind of game for the simple fact it's because of my epilepsy and I kind of got to move it slower. You know, I enjoy this kind of gaming. You know, now these big battle games that, you know, you go out there and, you know, just, you know, the kill kind of games, my eyes can't handle that right now. I would have to wear sunglasses just to play it. So it's kind of crazy. And I know y'all are going to be mad at me for doing the stream early, but I wanted to get an early jump on it because somebody's got a birthday today, you know. So I'm going to have to, at the time they're going to be doing the birthday, that's the time I would have done this streaming. So I hope y'all understand that I kind of had to change the timing a little bit. But also, too, people got a lot of things they're doing in the day. So if I catch you in the morning time, then I think, you know, it'd be a lot better. And also, too, it shows that a lot of people are up at this time. Also, too, the hashtagging when you're doing your videos, I found that in the video descriptions for the games, I know y'all like that big booty cursor, but the descriptions for the games, okay, like this one right here, I put all the hashtags right here. All of them. In the description. Instead of putting it at the header, which is here, makes it look too nasty and stuff like that. Gives me more room right here to say what I want to say. But coming down here, as you can see, it has hashtags here. I have hashtags here. So there should be absolutely no problem with YouTube, with the hashtags. Okay, I left the clips on so you guys can do clips. You know, if you want to do it, if you want to do a clip, you can clip the video, part of the video, and put it out there for yourself, but at least it'll lead back to my main video. If you're going to do a clip of my main video, not of the short. don't do a clip of the short, do a clip of the main video, because there's plenty of the play that you can make a good clip on. Hey, if it helps you get subscribers, it helps me get subscribers. You see what I'm saying? You and me work together. See, that's why I got a big old sign right there that says subscribe. If you noticed, the subscribe button's right in front of my face. Big red button that says subscribe if you want to subscribe. But that's only on the live video. Okay, that's on the live video. But on the normal videos, you should have the same button that says subscribe. So you should have no problem whatsoever subscribing to my channels. I don't have just one, I have 3. You know, I have a shorts channel, it's going to be officially just straight JJPB shorts, period. All the long length videos, I'm going to take them off of that, and I'm going to add them onto my main channel. So I'm going to rearrange some things and just make that strictly shorts instead of long length videos. And my main channel, which is JJ's PC Builds, is for long length channels. It's long length videos. I will attach a couple shorts to the videos to, you know, direct people over. But I kept it, you know, long length videos. And I'm trying to keep the videos below 30 minutes. I hope y'all understand that. So I try to keep the video about 30 minutes or less. And on the live could go between a half an hour to, let's say, an hour. So this way you got plenty of time in the day. You can spend a half an hour or an hour with me right here on the channel. You can subscribe, you know, don't hesitate not to subscribe. I mean, I'm a normal person. Okay, I'm being me. I'm not being a phony or a fake. Let's see. I'm not being a phony or a fake and trying to act like somebody I'm not. Okay, I know y'all are watching the game and everything else right here, so well, what we'll do is we'll go back here so you can see my face. Let's see. Pause that. So, all right. Now, doing a faceless gaming channel means not having your face like this onto your videos. If you want to put a little tag on your videos, then that's good too. See, it's not hard to do something like that. Basically, if you're doing your videos, what you do is, we'll go back and we'll show you. We'll go back to the action screen. You can see my face right here. See where my cursor is? Right here. But what I can do is on OBS is I can take my face off. Okay, I can take my face off. I can add on my logo if I wanted to. So, and I got these 2 strips right here. You know, these strips right here that you see right here. So that way, you know, you guys don't have to see the bottom or the top. You know, makes it look cleaner. So, but you know, you can turn your mic off. you can play your games with the cursor not being in the way. So, and then just hit play, or, you know, just play your game. You know, just like that. I mean, or you can add, well, it's kind of hard for me to add it to this one, but you know, you can add your benchmarking. If you got the benchmarking tools, you can add the benchmarking right here. Like I use MSI Afterburner. So when I'm playing the games, you know, you can leave the benchmarking on if you want. That's up to you. If you want to do that, you know. There's many things you can do. Like if I want to, let's say, I wanted to, I can't believe this. They got somebody that almost looked like me. I almost died when I seen that. I almost died when I seen that. Oh my God. Like the benchmark right here. So, right here. Should I put it on? I didn't really. I put it on one or two. I turned it on for a little bit on this, but I didn't know if I should run it like this all the time. That's the reason why I asked the question. You guys leaving a comment down below to let me know what should I do. Should I do it like this one right here? Or should I do it like this one right here? That's the question. So, you know, I'm trying to get it to where, you know, which one looks best? Which one looks cleanest? You know, I put the little logo right there of the game. I should have did it on this one right here. I should have put the logo right down here. But I'll remember to do that the next time. Instead of putting my face there or putting down here, you know, the logo right there, it'd probably been best to put a logo right here. You see what I mean? Because this right here, this line right here is this line right here, this bottom strip, that this black strip that's here, that's the same line. So, and above that, that's where I put the logo for the game. I think that looks better to put the logo for the game right there. So, or I can put it up here where it's blank and put things in here. I can do that too. You know, gives me plenty of place to make a marquee. So that all depends on what I want to do. All depends. Because I got all this strip is filled with this stuff right here. With YouTube stuff. So I have all this up here that's not filled with the YouTube stuff. So We'll just turn that back there. I played this one. This one was a pretty good one right here. I can't say it. Nakara, something like that. That was a pretty good one. And Global City I played too. So, but I'm going to take off this right here in the beginning when I do my videos and just put the little thing of the game right here. So that's what I think I'm going to do. YouTube seems to be running really slow today. Huh, that's very interesting. YouTube's running really slow. That's really rich. But you guys got the idea of doing a faceless gaming channel. You know, I mean, it's not really that bad to do one. See, you know, I don't know if they're looking for benchmarks or what the case is. This tells you what kind of graphics card I'm using. You know, I'm not doing benchmark comparisons on games. I'm playing the actual game itself. I'm playing the actual game itself with the same GPU. I'm not comparing GPUs. I'm comparing games to this GPU to see what the games play like with this GPU. You know, test its value more than trying to test other graphics card values to see which one's going to be best for gaming. Well, the only way, and this is the thing. Okay, let's go back to the main screen really quick. Okay, I want you to understand this. In order for you to, here, let me pull you over a little bit closer. There we go. In order for you to understand how your graphics card really works and if it's beneficial to you to have it, is to use it, play it, and keep with it. I told you guys I'm going to keep with the same RTX 4070 for 5 years. From the time I bought it, 5 years from that. And we're already getting up to the 1 year mark that I've been using this RTX 4070 nonstop, does everything I want with no problems. Everything I want. Do you see me running every 5 seconds? Do you actually see me running to go buy a GPU right away? No. The reason why is every time I see people going to run out there and buy GPUs, or if you're the kind of person that wants to constantly test one after another, after another, after another, after another, but that's not telling the consumer long term. So my idea is, instead of doing comparison of GPU, and GPUs, I can give you that news all day long with the amount of graphs that are out there showing you different comparison of GPUs. But I'm showing you one GPU, and I'm going to take this one GPU 5 years and show you the reason why you stick with one compared to buying several. One, you save yourself money in the long term. Two, you have all the gameplay you need. This GPU right here, this RTX 4070 has plenty of power to play any of the games that are out there. It has plenty of power. And this is where everybody makes the mistake. is that they go and they run for a new one, run for a new one, and run for a new one. And that's what they do, constantly run for a new one, run for a new one, run for a new one. And, you know, it's just, it's total craziness. It is total craziness. So let me figure out something really quick. Something's not looking right now. Huh. Because I noticed that, you know, let me turn this off. Let me turn this off. Huh. Because I noticed on the live stream, huh. That's interesting. It cannot be that far behind. I hope not. Yeah. Let me check something. Wow. For some reason, it looks like it's not running right. Let me turn up voice. For some reason, it looks like it's not running right. Okay. I'm waiting for the YouTube to catch up on the videos because you guys are like way behind right now. And it's set at normal latency, so I don't see why it should be lagging. That was like way behind. That was like maybe 7 minutes behind, y'all. Or it must be recording 7 minutes behind. Something like that. But looking at the time on OBS, looking at the time on the live stream, it shows that it's only 4 seconds behind. Weird. I kind of expected that, but maybe it's because I have extra things running. Who knows? Okay. When it comes to Faceless Gaming channels, you can make it any way you want because you're not using your voice, you're not using your face. But I suggest you put your logo on there with the gaming logo. This way, they can see that you made the video, and that's that. Now, as far as hashtags, I would suggest that if you're going to use hashtags, that you come up with a discrete name, and this is going to be my my helper to you. I know this seems wrong to do this, but it's not easy to get hashtags for your videos. So what I did was I created it. When I created a header for my video, I would ask ChatGPT to make me hashtags. Reason is because that way I can put them on the description, and that's the end of that. So and when you're building when you're doing the, the first time upload for your video, in the tag description, just put gaming. There's going to be a little tag description that's, for the video. Just put gaming in it says tag, it says for tags, just put gaming there. And with the description of the video down at the bottom, put all your hashtags there. Now, the header on the video, don't put any hashtags on it. None. Just the name that you want to use for the video. Just the name. Everybody might say, oh, that's wrong. You don't want to do it like that. That's not. Well, you can do it whatever way you want to do it, but this is the way I'm doing it. Okay. If YouTube algorithm picks me up and says, okay, well, he's using a proper header, he's putting all his hashtags in the full description, and he's lining it up just nice, that you don't make your videos for viewers under 13, because when you do that, you make for viewers under 13, you risk yourself with the COPA laws. So I don't risk myself with the COPA laws and keep myself out of the trouble of YouTube. I make my gaming channel for 18 and up, but if there's minors that watch my channel, there is nothing I can do to stop that. Okay, understand that. There's no profanity on my channel. When circuit crafters, there's no profanity, no nada. So I don't have to worry about any of the COPA laws. It's just a faceless, voiceless gaming channel that's got music and it's got me playing games. You guys wanting to see me play games? That's the channel it's going to be on. It's not going to be on my main channel, JJ's PC Builds. I'm going to be talking about PCs, PC news. I'm going to be doing builds, like I always said. That's why it's called JJ's PC Builds. Computer builds and the other stuff on the back end, full-length videos on my main channel, and live streaming on my main channel. Now, when it comes to JJPB Shorts, that says JJPB Random Tech. Random tech could be any kind of tech that's out there. That means it could be for weight training. That means it could be for food tech, or it could be anything. That's why I said random. It could be random anything. Because I'm a PC tech and I'm doing things randomly. That's what that channel's for. So I got my gaming channel, I got my shorts channel, and I got my main channel. And it's not that hard. Really, it is not that hard. I broke it up this way So this gives me 3 different chances to find a video that's going to go viral that you all are going to like. I'm beating my head against the wall after a year and a half, almost coming up to the 2nd year mark of this main channel. Now, Circuit Crafters, that channel was originally started by my friend, and we both were supposed to work on it together, and it was supposed to be car audio. But things happened in the way to where, like I told you, when it came to medical and stuff, I just couldn't continue. So he left the channel sit there and said to me, "Hey man, would you like to pick the channel back up?" I said, "Sure." It took me a while to get the channel, reinitialized with YouTube, but I got the channel back in order. Took me a little bit, but I got it back in order. And now I'm running it as the gaming channel. Look, you guys said you wanted to see gaming. Okay? I'm putting it out there. I'm not going to put it out on the live stream anymore. It's because it doesn't serve a purpose. I'm only getting little bits of views on my live streaming. So I'm not even when I do live streams, it's not even really viable to do live streams anymore because people are not watching. With every bad thing that's going on in this fucking world. Oops, did I swear? Ooh. Don't judge me. Everything that's bad that's going on in this world, people are not watching videos anymore. Some that do, or the some that can't go out and, experience things in the world. So that's the reason why there's videos. So that way they can at least go along with the experience of the person. The reason why I don't get like the other reviewers and get all worked up is because there's nothing to get worked up about. They're suppressing the PC tech already as it is, the FTC. It should have been called the FDC, the Federal Dumbass Commission. But that's just my opinion. They're suppressing the tech even more because they're so scared that, AI is going to run rampant and everybody's going to be like, "Oh my God, AI took my job." Well, if you were out there working, it wouldn't take your job. It's common sense. My God. People, wake the fuck up. You're sleeping. Wake up. Just like with this gaming channel that I'm doing. I woke up. I'm watching everybody else. Creators on YouTube got 20 to 50 channels. 20 to 50 channels. This is how they're making it big. Is because that's revenue streams. Revenue streams. Revenue streams. I'm just a small-time creator. I'm only me. Doing 3 channels is overwhelming enough. All I wanted people to do was subscribe and watch my channel, watch my videos. How hard is that? You don't even have to leave your couch to do it. That's not even hard to do that. You can sit on your couch and binge all day on my videos. That's if you want to watch them. Everybody said to me, well, maybe if you make your gaming room look better. Look, I painted the fucking walls. I'm working on it. It takes money. I got to figure out when I get done with the bookshelf bed I got to make. So that way it can fold up and fold down. I have to figure out the kind of desk that I want. So this way I can take and turn it from looking like right here. This is where my TV is, and this is where I got to watch because I want to put the camera here, right here, in between, right here. I want to put the camera. So that way I'm looking directly at you and I'm not looking right here. Looking at you and looking right here. Looking at you, looking right here. You see the difference? I have to turn my head to do this. I want to look directly like this and you to see me directly like this. So what I'm going to do is this. For right now, I'm going to find a mount that I can mount in between, right here in between my TVs, my two monitors. I got one TV and one monitor, and put it right in between the two and have it pointed right here so you can see it. But when they sold me the camera, the cord's only this long. So now I have to find a special data cord for that camera in order to put it right here. Or what I could do is I could put an extension cable on this one to see if that works and then put it right here. That might work even better. So if I put my camera right here in front, I'll be looking directly at you. I don't have a person to hold my camera. I have to put it right directly in front. So, hey, Ricky, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Kind of felt like I was talking to myself, but kind of catching up in there. So, how you doing? Let me know. Comment. Let me know what's up. If you've missed part of the video, then you can roll it back because I am recording the video, so it is saved on YouTube under my live videos. So if you miss any of the video, you can always go back to the beginning. You can always go back to the beginning. Do remember that. Everybody complained about it and said, hey, man, this microphone just wasn't cutting it. Now look what I do. I get me a new microphone looking like a big ass reviewer. Come on, man. Really? Oh, you were listening? Yeah. I mean, I kind of got excited a little bit, It's kind of, I don't know. Trying to make my point get across. Maybe because I'm not like a drunk ass reviewer. I've seen that's got tons of viewers and subscribers and everything else. Should I start drinking hard liquor and stuff like everybody else does? Crack a beer, put it in front of me and say, hey, I'm a big ass reviewer kind of thing. What do you think? What should I do? This is live, so I'm saying it the way it is. I'm being myself. I'm being me. I'm not being somebody else. I'm not following along like a little puppy dog to other reviewers. Fuck that. I'm sorry. I'm kind of getting frustrated because I need subscribers. I really do. I mean, I'm doing my damnedest to show you all I'm putting the work and time into everything that I do. Everything. I'm just getting frustrated. Well, I'm trying to keep it nice, man. I'm trying to be the nicest reviewer that I can. I'm not trying to put profanity on the channel. I know I apologize if I use the F word. That's my bad. I can admit that. So I'm just trying to get subscribers. I'm trying to get views. I'm not really even trying to get views. I'm just trying to get people to watch my videos. It's not hard. Think about it. If I told you that it's free to subscribe, listen really carefully. If I told you it's free to subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. How many things in the world do you ever hear that it's for free? You don't. When I tell you it's for free, it's for free. I'm not asking you for anything except for your time to watch my videos. That's it. Subscribe and watch my videos. Oh, I'm not going to give up, bro. Oh, I'm not going to give up. Trust me, I'm not going to give up. I'm not like that. I'm not the kind of person that gives up. I keep working at it until I get it right. I gotta get it wrong so many times until I can figure out how to get it right. That's how you learn. That is how you learn. I mean, when I first started, I told everybody first video, I didn't know how to do the YouTube videos. I know how to build computers, but I don't know how to do the YouTube videos. And now look at where I'm getting at. So, yeah. I mean, it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I run 1080p, okay? Everybody knocks, they knock the fact of people playing at 1080p. That's crap. There's nothing wrong with 1080p. I do all my videos. I don't do them in 4K. You do them in 4K, it takes forever for them to load up to YouTube. I mean, people don't got that time of the day to, wait for videos. I mean, that's usually why, other reviewers, it takes them 4 to 6 to almost 2 weeks to put up a video. Okay. Me, I try to make it close to the same day that I can. So I do it 1080p. So I worked for 6 years without getting paid anything. I understand you completely. Hey, I mean, it's all good to the fact, bro. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not looking for a paycheck. I am not looking for a paycheck. Anything that I make, any proceeds that I make off of the channel goes right back into the channel. I'm not looking for a paycheck. I'm not asking for that. If I want a paycheck, I'll go do a real job, but I'm not looking for a paycheck. People don't understand that. That's the reason why I haven't asked any of my subscribers for anything. Even when they do give me something, I feel bad about it, because I'm not putting it in there. So, exactly. Yes, it is the recognition. It's being able to get your videos out there to be heard. Okay. For people to watch them doesn't cost them anything but their time. Okay. I mean, for me to make a video for you all to see, that's my time. I'm using my time to make a free video for everybody else. I don't get it. And it's free for you to watch. So it's an even trade. I make the video for free for you, and you just watch it, it's for free. Either way. YouTube doesn't pay crap when it comes to And I'm going to make this point clear. YouTube does not pay crap on videos. Okay? You have to make at least 20 videos a day. 20 videos a day in order for you to make, like everybody's saying, that big paycheck. My viewers just tripled. How'd that happen, man? What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, I would really appreciate if my viewers tripled. If I got 1,000 viewers today, subscribers. If I got 1,000 subscribers today, man, it would be awesome. But I still need the watch time hours. I'm only at 3,200 watch time hours. But every day that, remember, YouTube is only based upon 365 days. That's the length of time you got to get your watch time hours and your viewers. So if you don't have it within that certain amount of time, you will never get monetized on YouTube. And like I told everybody else, even if you're monetized or you're not monetized, they're still tacking commercials onto your videos. Either way. So even if you do or you don't, you're still going to see the commercials when the videos first start. It is because YouTube is putting the commercials right there at the beginning. You're spending 30 to 45, almost 1 minute in commercials before the video starts. And they're thinking about taking that little, what do you call it? That little button away for you to go to, to be able to go to the video. That one little button. They're thinking about taking it out. And the only way you're going to get that button is if you pay for, guess what? A subscription to YouTube. It's just going to get more frustrating. I'm drinking water, by the way. And if you notice, here, let me bring it down a little bit more. If you notice, I'm losing weight. I'm losing about 3/4 to a pound a day. So just to let you know. Whoo, Lordy. But as far as my gaming channels, listen, I have one Faceless gaming channel. I'm not going any more than the 3 channels. I thought about it. I'm not going any bigger than the 3 channels I got for now because I don't have I just got me to do this. I got my Faceless gaming channel. I got my shorts channel. And I got this channel here that has live streaming, that has 30-minute videos. Some videos are over an hour. So do expect to watch, those long length videos because I get long-winded. Just to let you know that. Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm trying, Ricky, listen, I am trying to prove to everybody that I'm putting the work in. I am really putting the work in. I'm spending 12 to 14 hours a day trying to create stuff and videos to put out for everybody to watch. I am really pushing the limit of what I'm doing. It's just like I did this Las Vegas trip. On my main channel, I took all the shorts that I put on my shorts channel that I've been putting out at Las Vegas. I compiled it into one big video. I think it's only about 30 minutes. I took 4 days and compiled it into 30 minutes. Figure that one out. So, but I did that for everybody's peace of mind so they didn't have to watch little 30 to 60-second videos. Have you thought about other platforms as well, like Twitch or Kick? I thought about them, but I'm having a hard time with Twitch. Trying to figure out with OBS and YouTube how to combine them, which I'm having that problem with it. And also setting up Twitch is a little bit different than YouTube. Getting the screens right and everything else, that's where I'm having the hard time with. Maybe I'm missing something, maybe not, I don't know. But I can try Kick and see what it's about, Yeah, I have thought about it. I have been trying to do the Instagram thing too, I do have an Instagram. So I think it's JJPB 2024 or something like that. I can tell y'all, hell, I can look right now. So let's see. Let's see. I'm on a cord. Oh my God. Okay, let's see. Let's get to the brass tacks of this. Okay. Instagrammers. I am on Instagram. Just FYI. It's JJPB USA 2024. I started working on that too. So, and also too, I have a second one. The thing is this. The JJPB USA 2024 channel on Instagram, that's for my shorts channel. That's for the JJPB Random Tech, which is named JJPB Shorts. So I compiled those together as one. Now I have another one for JJ's PC Builds. I have 2 Instagrams. I have 1 Twitter X, 2 Instagrams. I have a Facebook. I have 3 YouTube channels. I'm kind of busy, don't you think? What do you think? I'm kind of busy, don't you think? So this is what's keeping me going every day. This is what's keeping me rolling every day. So, yeah, I've been kind of busy. And plus I got Discord too. I have a Discord channel. Not a lot of people know that. I tell everybody, hey, I got a Discord channel too. You want to join? Let me know. All you got to do is let me know. All you got to do is let me know. Okay. If y'all don't know where my Discord is, there it is. I left the link in there for Discord for you. If you want to join, that's up to you. So, no pressure, no foul. I got a couple people on there so far. I'm building that slowly as well. That's fine. Look, all I could do is put the link in the description right there, and it's only good for the live stream. So if you want to join, that's up to you. If you want to start a Discord channel, that's up to you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Look, get this. I started the Discord channel because the subscribers asked me to do it. The subscribers asked me to do a Discord channel, so I did a Discord channel. You know, that's the way I have to look at it. I mean, if you watch some of my videos, you'll know that I painted the room. I went from that nasty pink, peach, whatever the hell it was, color, and I just turned the walls black. I'm doing this room black and white. And by the time I add color to it, because black and white is neutral colors, and when you go to add colors to the neutral, guess what it looks like? It'll look kicking when I get done with this. So I got to work on a couple things, like this window box that's behind me, this window box here. I'm going to limo tint the windows, black them out, and then I'm going to box this in. I'm going to frame it out, and then I'm going to put a sheetrock in front of that, but I'm going to insulate it so that way the heat stays out on the outside. It doesn't come through the sheetrock. So that way I can place a TV up there without it sweating to death. You know, a monitor, a gaming monitor. My idea is I want to take, and on this wall I got behind here, I want to put 2 monitors here above the bookshelf bed that I'm going to have there. I'm going to put 2 monitors there. And I have 1 monitor back here, 2 monitors over there. I know you can't see it right now. I have the 2 monitors that are right here. So I think I have about 6 monitors in this room. So I have one side 1080p. I have another side at 4K. And I have another side at 1440p. Interesting, don't you think? Interesting. And then with the new desk, this crappy desk is going to be out of here. This chair is out of here. I'm going to order a new gaming chair, new desk, get this thing that's behind me, this little stand. I'm going to get that out of there too. So I'm going to widen this up right here to where I can put a desk that comes out to, we'll show you when it's done. How about that? We'll show you when it's done. But as far as faceless gaming channels, it's not hard to do them. You just put them up there, and basically you create a short, you attach your faceless gaming video to it, and then, your full length. But what I've noticed, the faceless gaming shorts seem to be getting more views than the full length. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've already got the microphone. I've already got the one computer here, my computer here. Well, you can't see it, but I want this computer here because it's a right-handed computer. I want another computer here on this side. It's a left-handed computer. You don't see many builds with left-handed computers. Very, very little to none. So, because of the glass, you looking in the glass, that's what people want to see. What's inside the computer? That's what people want to see. So, if you got a left-handed one and a right-handed one, and you got the camera that will show both sides, I think it's going to look nice. I really do. I think it's going to look cherry. I really do. That's what I'm hoping for, man. That is what I'm hoping for. Have the baddest system in the world with one for gaming and one for content creating, which I'm not going to give up this computer I built here. I mean, I'm not going to give it up here. I mean, no. Hell no. This might have an AM4 motherboard. This might have a B550 Strix motherboard from Asus. But it's all good. Oh, okay, Ricky. You have a great day, man. Thanks for stopping by. And don't forget, next week we're going to be here once again. So make sure you you come around then. So you too, you stay safe as well. You stay safe as well. I only got about a half an hour left before I'm going to call it quits anyway, but I'm glad you stopped in. Thank you very much. So, if you're going to build a channel, this is for your first time builders. I've been doing this a year and a half, so I really don't have this kind of experience to tell you, but I can tell you my experience of what I'm doing right now to make things work. This is how I'm doing. One, I'm taking the channel. I'm taking my face off of the gaming videos. I'm creating my own gaming videos. I'm gaming and putting it on video. And I'm, putting a little something at the end of the video to say like and subscribe and hit the notifications at the end of the video. At the beginning of the video starts with the starting of the game, and then it goes all me playing the game all the way through to the end. And that's pretty much it. Getting the right hashtags, putting it in the description, other than putting it on the header of the video. You can save that room for something spectacular you want to say about the gameplay of that video. That'll give you another edge. Also, too, in the tag description on the video itself, there's when you go through the menu and, how they ask you, is this an AI video and all that, you go down through the descriptions of the video. I'll go ahead and show you all real quick how that works. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to do in this and this. You can't see what I'm doing just yet, but we will get there, and I will take you to how you can rip up the videos. Okay, let's go to this. You're not going to see my face here, but you can go to the video itself. Let's say this one right here. Click on the little pencil. Notice what I said here. From now on, all hashtags will be in my description. All hashtags are in my description. You can do them that way, or you can take and put them side by side. Go like the hashtag, the name, and then space, and then the hashtag, name, space, and you can create lines doing it that way. I did it this way to see if it's going to work or not. Also, too, how I build the description out. The thumbnail, make sure you got a good thumbnail, you know. And the playlist that you're going to put it in, make sure it's visible to where they can see it. The audience, now get this right. No, it's not made for kids. No, I don't restrict videos to viewers over the 18 only. I don't restrict my videos to viewers over 18. That means you see my videos. That means you see my videos. Show more. We'll go through this. Paid promotion. Mine's not a paid promotion. Unchecked. The altered content ego of YouTube. Basically, if you have AI content, you check yes. And then you mark in the right here that it's AI content. You put it down here at the bottom of the description. It's AI content. But if you don't, and you don't have AI content, you check no. I uncheck all these because that's pointless. These right here are pointless. Now, where it says add tags, right here, all you have to do, let's say this one right here, all I got to do is put graphics cards. And then hit the comma. Boom, it's in there. And then all you got to do is save it. Changes saved. Make sure that you got, if you're English, Spanish, or whatever, you put it right there. And your recording date is the day that you record it. That means the day that you're posting it is the day that you're putting right there. Standard YouTube license. Allow embedding. If there's special videos you'd want people to, make little clips or something, then don't allow remixing. I did that for a reason. Because I had a little bit of a problem with, some people doing something with my videos they shouldn't have been doing. So, and this right here down at the bottom shows how many viewers like your videos. Check it. Make sure you check it. So that's pretty much it when it comes to that. And then your end of screen right here. You see how I got that right there, the end of screen. I got this where it says my most recent video upload. And this right here is a subscribe button. Where you see my face, that's a subscribe button. If you watch the video and you need to subscribe, that's where you subscribe at. I don't need to change anything, so that's pretty much that. Now that you've seen that, let's go back to the main screen. Okay. Now that I showed you and walked you through how to set up your video descriptions, now this should give you a better advantage when it comes to getting, your videos to be watched. Having a great thumbnail, that's one. A great heading and a great description of the heading to match along with the video of what it's about Or if you don't want to talk about what the video is actually about, you can make it sound really good in the heading about what the name of the video, if it's the gaming video, make a nice little heading of the gaming video. Hey, Machine, good to see you. Good to see you, bro. Making a good heading of the gaming video is going to attract the business. Not a lot of people are going to go into the description. I'm not saying you won't, but I'm saying not a lot of people go into the description to see what it's about. But if you don't put in the description what your channel's about, and also too what the video's about, and the hashtags, then you're really going to suffer there. Yeah, because, Machine, listen, I got a birthday party that's coming up around the same time that I would have done the live stream. So I kind of had to start it a little bit early today. That's okay, bro. Just take your time. Look, that's the reason why the live streams are recorded. So that way you can go back to the beginning later on down the road and watch it from the beginning to now. Either way you look at it, you watch it live or you don't watch it live. That's up to you. But it's going to be there as a video regardless. So it is what it is. So, but like I said, with your gaming channels, everybody does it differently. Everybody does it differently. Me, I'm exploring the fact of doing my live gaming videos of should I put benchmarking in there while I'm doing playing the game, or should I leave it out? That's kind of where I'm left up in a yo-yo kind of thing. It's the benchmarking. Should I leave it on or should I leave it off? I'm still trying to figure that out. Would people like to see it more when it's benchmarked when it comes to the 4070, or would they like to see the journey with it benchmarking and then different games that I play other than, AAA games, games that everybody can play that you don't have to spend out money for? What is it? But I'm going to tell you what I am going to do. The games that I'm playing right now are free games on Steam. They're free. Free, free. So you can go play them yourself. Those are the games I'm playing right now that I'm putting on my gaming channel. And like I said, later on down the road, I might buy me one or two games, AAA games, and then start my journey there and then add to the channel. So you'll see that it'll. Oh, you say with benchmarked? So have you watched both of those gaming videos that I did from front to back? That's going to be the question. If you watch it from beginning to end, you'll see the benchmarking. The second video I did with was it global cities. I put one benchmark in there. You just got to find it. I put it in there one time for a test to see if you wanted the benchmarks or not. So if you guys are wanting the benchmarks, I'll be more than happy every time I game to put the benchmarks on. Like I said, I'm not changing the RTX 4070. I'm not getting away from that. Okay? People are being fooled at the fact of that they can't get theirs to work right and this and that is because you keep listening to fools that can't get it right. I'm using an AM4 motherboard with this graphics card. AM4. And my gameplay is perfect. I'm hearing a lot of horror stories about the AM5 platform, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, future proof this. And yeah, you future proof it, and you're going to future proof yourself right out of a lot of money. That's what you're future proofing yourself out of. Instead of having fun on your computer and not worrying about all that future proofing, you got to start thinking. That's the reason why I'm still on the AM4 platform. That's the reason why I'm still gaming with no problem. Everybody, I've seen a lot of reviewers talk about this question of, are processors important at this point when it comes to graphics cards? Truth, and to be honest with you, the processor serves as the power of speed, and the graphics card serves as the power of textures to the monitor. The CPU processor supports the GPU when it comes to speed of the games. So not having the correct setup would hinder your time trying to get it to work right. It would work all wrong. Because if you don't select the right parts, you'll never get it to work right. Show the settings ahead of time and show what different settings look like. Low, medium, high, or RT, and off, on, off, upscaling. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you like this. When I start the game up, the last thing I would ever do is look at the display settings. Why do you think I get so much FPS with my games? I don't mess with the display settings. They're set AI accordance, set to your GPU. So when you go to play a game, and get this, an AI automatically sets the display settings for you. You don't have to touch anything. It's just the problem. Everybody just wants to touch. And they don't get why they can't get the right textures or anything else. And they sit there and say to themselves, well, I can't get it to work right, man. Why? I tweak this setting, tweak that setting. Yeah. Keep hearing yourself. There are people out there that don't understand how to set up their display settings to their graphics card. That's why game makers did with some games to where the graphics settings automatically set to the minimum, or I think it's set to the maximum of your GPU. So the games that I played, the last two games that I played, I did not touch any of the display settings in the game whatsoever. None. I let the display settings be set by themselves. FPS was great. Did not have a problem. No stuttering, no nothing. Smooth as butter. Gameplay. Smooth as butter. And I recorded it at the same time on the same machine. Same computer, did all that. Recorded. Played the games all at the same time. And everybody's running, saying, well, you can go get them AM5 platforms. They're the best in the world. You need one of them 7800 X3Ds. They're the best in the world. Yeah, when you're only using 15% of it. When you're playing your game, you're only actually using 15% of it. What's the purpose in that shit? Give me a break. What's the purpose of that if you're only using 15% of your processor? What's the purpose of having something that big when you're only using it for something that small? Come on, guys. It's common sense. Very, 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 very good common sense. That's the reason why I'm using the Ryzen 7 5700X. I'm not using the 5800X 3D. Simple fact, there's a reason. It's limited. Its peak is limited. Because of the overheating it does, it's limited. So you don't get the full potential of the processor. You get a portion of it based upon the 15 to 20% that you might need to game with it on a discrete graphics card. Yeah, that's what you get, the 15 to 20%. That's why it looks like, oh, I'm not bottlenecking and this and that. Well, I'm not bottlenecking either with this 5700X and this RTX 4070. None. I could tell that by the milliseconds that when I was playing that one game, I was looking at the milliseconds and I was like, it's not bottlenecking. So on the whole PC I just built, what did I do right? Not what I did wrong. What did I do right? And you can do that with any one of your computer builds. If you know the right motherboard with the right processor, the right amount of RAM, and this is where everybody gets it wrong, that they need, to run 3600 megahertz. I run 3200 megahertz on my RAM. CL16, 3200 megahertz. Broke up 4 ways for 64 gigs of RAM. So do the math. If you keep listening to those people that say, well, you know what, you only need 16 gigs of RAM, then you're hurting yourself. Always push the motherboard when it comes to the max capacity of the RAM. Push the motherboard to either half or its full capacity to get the full potential of the motherboard. You open up new avenues when you push the RAM, the motherboard to its max with the amount of RAM that the motherboard can handle. You open up new strings, new avenues. Gives you a wider range into the spectrum of the frequency, and your computer will move a hell of a lot faster. It's not the matter of, and I know we went off topic a little bit, but just stay with me on this. It's everybody gets this wrong. It's not the matter of the frequency or anything else. It's the matter of the space, the amount of space. Because the amount of space that's on your random access memory, the computer has to use chunks of it. So if you limit yourself to 16 gigs of RAM, then it has a limited size of chunks. But if your motherboard can handle 128 gigabytes of RAM, at DDR4, and DDR4 prices are pretty cheap right now. Guess what? My motherboard can handle the max of 128 gigabytes of RAM, system RAM. So that means I'm running at 64 gigs of system RAM. That means I can change out and run all four slots in my motherboard to a total of 32 gigabytes a slot. 32, 64, and 64 times 2 is 128. So my motherboard can handle 128 gigabytes of RAM. I can put in 128 gigabytes of RAM. How I figured out how that worked was when I had the 5600G in there, and I noticed when I had 16 gigs of RAM that the iGPU would only go up to what was it, 4 or 6 gigabytes of video RAM that you could use. And then when I put 64 gigabytes of system RAM in, the iGPU went up to 16 gigabytes of video RAM. 16 gigs. You can dedicate 16 gigs of video RAM off of a 5600G. Imagine if I went up to 128, how much more I would get. That'd be like insane reach, but that would be my next test on a 5600G if it would actually go up to 24 gigs of dedicated RAM to the iGPU. Good question. I would imagine if that was pushed like that and I can get 24 gigabytes of system RAM for my integrated graphics, that's way higher. That's about equal up to about maybe the amount of VRAM, like 20 gigabytes of VRAM for a discrete graphics card, something like that. Let's see. Machine says, I watched the show where they did a speed comparison, AM4 and AM5, and not much different. Do you know why that is? The spectrum is the same. The width of the spectrum hasn't changed. You're just moving up in frequency. The spectrum hasn't widened. The spectrum hasn't widened enough to allow more speed. It's narrowed. As long as the spectrum is narrowed, like going from DDR4 to DDR5, it's just narrowed. The speed has not changed. People don't get that right. They think that, oh, we go up in frequency, it's going to change. No, it's not. Because the spectrum has not widened enough for it to change. It's still the same. Now, one day everybody will get it. Who knows? Like you said, having more RAM is way more important. Yeah, because having more RAM, system RAM, is giving you more space to be able to flow programs in and out of a lot faster. It's not the matter of what frequency it is. It matters the size. And people keep getting this wrong every time. Every time they keep getting it wrong. They don't understand that, Most of your information jumps from the way your RAM works is it jumps from one to the other to the other to the other in actuality. So when it all comes down from four different lanes, it all comes down and bunches down into one coprocessor. The lanes come down into one. So do keep that in mind. It all comes down to one. My first gaming computer had only 8 gigabytes of RAM with 2400 speed. When I put in 16 gigabytes at 3200 megahertz, it was like a new computer. I don't know why. Well, the thing is this 20 from, okay, older computers, anything that's below 3200 megahertz, they did differently compared to when they did the 3200 megahertz going forward. See, because your bias was different back then, because back then they called it geez, my brain kind of fried, but back then you didn't have UEFI bias. Now you have UEFI bias, means it's an AI bias basically. So it's basically AI controlled. That's the reason why. And also too, instead of your hard drive or your SSD or whatever having master boot record on it, you have what they call GPT. So it's like the next evolution step up. So, but everybody thinks that, having more frequency, jump up in frequencies, that's what's giving you the speed. That's really not. That's not what's giving you the speed. Everybody tells you, oh yeah, only use 2 lanes. 2 lanes are the best. Use 4 lanes. You're going to slow your computer down. Okay, well then explain to me, geniuses, how I'm using 4 lanes, double-sided 4 lanes. Every one of them's double-sided. Double-sided sticks. And I'm running 4 lanes and I'm getting 3200 megahertz at an F clock of 1600 megahertz. Do you see my FPS slowing down anytime soon? Do the math. They're 800 megahertz a stick. When they're compiled together, it makes 3200 megahertz. It's common sense. The sticks are capable of 3200 megahertz max, each one of them. But if you run them at a low frequency in 4 spaces, you're saving your RAM from overheating and everything else. And if you got 4 sticks of matching RAM, you don't have a problem. Long as they're matching. And that's the key thing. I had to go and made sure they were matching all 4 sticks. Okay, on an AM5 motherboard, AM5, running 4 lanes on AM5 takes away from the lanes that are used for something else. Like, if I remember, M.2 or your USB or your Thunderbolt or something else. That's why they tell you only use 2 lanes, because it gives you 2 direct double-sided lanes, and you can run 128 gigabytes through 2 sticks instead of 4. but they're going to get a lot hotter than the 4. That's on AM5. But I got a GT 1032 gigabytes, so my games were being played on the system RAM, most likely. No. And yes. If you used up all 2 gigabytes, then it would clock into your system RAM. Then it would be laggy and everything else. But if you adjusted it to where your part of your system RAM was dedicated for the GPU, that's a different story. Then that portion is strictly dedicated, locked out from the processor itself, and it's dedicated for the GPU or the discrete GPU or whatever. When you dedicate it, it reserves it, it locks it out. So why is it not good to have 4 lanes in AM5? Well, there it is. Because it restricts the speed. AM4 doesn't do that. AM4 will allow you to go to your max levels. I read what they said on AMD's site. It's best to use 2 other than 4. I think that's all bullshit. I really do. I run 4 lanes. I've been running it all this time like this, 4 lanes for the longest. And you can see the amount of FPS I get. That's not faked. That's real. So you can't make that up. What I'm showing you, you can't make up. So I wish I would have kept that system. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad system if you look at it either way. Why is there room for 4 then? Why have them on the motherboard? AM5. Well, that is more or less like the question of is your RAM that you buy for your motherboard going to be beneficial or not? Are you going to use proper gaming RAM or not? I got the Corsair, the LPX 3200 CL16 sticks. Each are 16 gigs each. So I got 64 gigs and 4 sticks. Completely matched. I mean, matched. Right down to 0.21 nanoseconds, which I measured. That's the difference between 1 or 2 of them. Not even 1 nanosecond of speed difference. Also, why do they recommend 3600 speed for AMD CPUs? Well, it comes down to this. Why do the motherboard manufacturer recommend you only use 3200 megahertz RAM on your motherboard? If you don't follow the max motherboard recommendation speed, then you're setting yourself up for failure. My motherboard is set for the max 3200 megahertz RAM CL16. That's it. If I go to overclock it, then if I go to put bigger RAM in there, I can be looking at instability. Then I have to clock the RAM down it makes no sense to buy. If I got to clock the RAM downwards back to right where it's at, 3200 megahertz, what's the sense of having 4400 megahertz? There isn't. You're just spending extra money for nothing. If you don't follow the manufacturer of the motherboard's recommendations, then you're just spinning your gears, spending out more money. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm clocking in 8,000 megahertz RAM in my motherboard. No, you're not. You're going at the max speed that motherboard's going at. What it's recording is what you want to see. What it's actually doing is not what you're seeing. So there's two sides to the coin. So the max I have seen for AM4 RAM is 4,000. Actually, no, it's 4,400 megahertz. That's overclocked. Overclocked to 4,400 megahertz. Overclocked. The max that you see on an AM4 is 4,400. Mine goes up to 4,400. Do they make those sticks? Very rare. And when you go to buy them, they're very expensive, even for AM4. Yep, you're right. Nobody will use those kind of sticks whatsoever. If they want to match out, let's say you want to match out to 8,000 megahertz of AM5, then yeah, you go to 4,000 to 4,200 megahertz on AM4. If I were to push my motherboard and overclock it to 4,200 megahertz, which that would be overclocking the motherboard, then my games would run a lot faster than they do now. I mean, a hell of a lot faster. So, what difference would that make? Well, if you're running AM5, my AM4 motherboard would run faster than your AM5. That's what they're trying to do with the AM5 series, is they're trying to push it as fast and hard as they can with 8,000 megahertz RAM. But you know, the bad thing about this is that the clocks on it, the CL clocks, they have to bring them down. They have to get it below 30 clocks. They're running at 36. Between 36 and up. I'm running at CL16 clocks, 16 clocks. They would have to be running AM5 at 32 clocks, CL32. That would make it equal with an AM4. Yep. And you're exactly right. That's why AM4 is not dying. And everybody's just, you know, like I said, they're just pushing it out there. They're trying to make it die. It's not going to die for another 4 years. We got about another solid 4 years left on AM4. 4 years. As long as you can still upgrade the operating system on AM4, it's not dead. Now, your B350, your B450, Yeah, those are kind of in the past. But B450, yeah, you can put Windows 11 on it. But as far as pushing it up even higher, eh, that's kind of iffy. But it's still AM4 and it's still DDR4. But running at a right clock, uh, you're running at CL38. Yeah. Try to imagine pushing your RAM to where it's running at CL32 at 6,000 megahertz. CL32 at 6,000 megahertz. The lower the CL is, you're right, is better. So the variance that you're running, if you're running at 30, you're running at 38, okay, the variance is you go from 16 to 32. So 16 times 2 is 32. You're running at 38, so that means you're running 6% slower than running at 32. Well, if you're running at 6,000 megahertz and at CL32 at 6,000 megahertz, you're good. That's a standard. That right there is a standard. You're at 5,200. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, if you went up to 6,000 megahertz and you ran at CL32, then you would be equal to the spectrum of the AM4 platform. It still isn't. It still isn't worth it. Changing your RAM right now is not worth it. It's not beneficial to you because your motherboard can only go up to a certain thing. Your motherboard's only designed to go up to a certain frequency and then you stop. Because standard RAM goes up to a certain point. I bought my RAM to the maximum point of the motherboard before overclocking. Before overclocking. There's your trick. I agree. Plus, my system is running good, so no need to change. Exactly. What's the sense of changing it when you've already got it running good? What's the sense of changing it? It doesn't make sense. If your system's running great, doesn't matter what it is. If it's running great on your games that you're playing and you're playing the games with no problems, no stuttering, no nada, what's the sense of going any further? The only time you need to go further is when they say, okay, well, with your motherboard or your graphics card or whatever, there's no more driver series for you. We're done. End of life. That's the only time you really need to change the parts in your computer. I'm not soliciting parts for computers. I'm just posting news about parts of computers. News. Benchmarks that I see that might be beneficial to the people that like benchmarking. As far as building PCs, you build one and make it last a lifetime. So you build it right the first time, it'll last you all the way to the end of your time. I had a computer last me 14 years. until the software became end of life, and then yeah, I had to change it. Simple. Everybody makes it hard on themselves. They make it hard on their pockets because they want to keep up with the newest and the best, the next best thing, you know. No, you're not. You're not keeping up with nothing but a refurbished update to the next level. So basically, you're just on the same architecture. It's just being upgraded. That's all it is. When it comes to the GPUs, they're not telling you the actual die size. They're saying smaller is better. That's bullshit. I watch these overclocking channels, and that stuff is scary. One guy killed his motherboard, but he did not pay for the board, so no loss. I was sweating. Okay. Why sweat? Look, if your VRMs can handle the amount of stress that you're going to be putting and the load that you're going to be putting onto that processor, don't sweat it. Do not sweat it. And unless you do something physically wrong to that computer, it will outlast you. You don't need to overclock a computer. I undervolt. It's still considered an overclock, but I undervolt the processor because the processor is only running 15 to 20%. There's no sense of running all that extra power for nothing. None. There is no sense in it. It was a $500 gigabyte board that he killed. Oh, yeah, everybody wants to kill a gigabyte motherboard. You know why? Because gigabyte just ain't right. And you see many videos that show that gigabyte ain't right. That it's just a copycat of Dell systems. They try to do what Dell does, just put it out there and hope it sells. They don't put no effort into their advertisement or anything else. So Gigabyte's just standing as a third wheel out in the PC world. So yeah, I know, man. Well, welcome to the stream. Ugh. Let's see. I've been on this stream for 2 hours. 2 hours now. What's up with that there, MTBK? What's up? 2 hours. Oh. Do I look rock solid, or is it the black background now that makes me look rock solid? All right, well, hurry back, man. Yeah, true, true. But like I said, I got a birthday party that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the hat, man. It's the baldness. It's the baldness, man. It's not the hat. I know y'all are saying that I should grow the beard back and this and that, but you know the thing is this. I'm I'm being me. Before I just let it grow in. It didn't feel right. It made me look homeless. You know, I can't do that. I got to do me. I got to be me. I got to do me way. I can't do it everybody else's way. That's not the purpose of my channel. It's to do it to show you guys how to do things. You keep going to these other channels, you know, and they say, well, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this. They don't tell you the bad side of it. They tell you, oh, yeah, you could do it this way, but they don't tell you the other purpose to it. Oh, I'm going to be me, bro. But I'm just being me. And if people want to subscribe for me being me, then they can subscribe for me being me. I'm not some drunk guy that sits there and says, well, you know, NVIDIA, they doing this wrong, they doing this wrong. Oh, AMD's doing this wrong, you know. And they're sitting there drinking, you know, hard liquor, you know. Do you actually see me doing that crap? I don't think so. Do you see me cracking a beer? I don't think so. Do you see me using profanity? Don't judge me. So think about it. It's an adult channel. I talk about PCs. It's educational. And you guys won't subscribe. What the hell? You'll subscribe to some dummy that doesn't know what he's talking about. And I listen to him all day long. I watch half his damn videos. He's got like millions of subscribers. And he doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. But you think that's educational. Jesus Christ. I don't know what you guys think is educational, but it sure in the hell ain't that. Somebody says to me, oh, let me show you how I can blow up a graphics card. Why would you do that? That graphics card would have been better if you gave it away to somebody. Oh, I can blow up a motherboard. It would have been better if you built a PC to give it away to somebody. Blowing up tech is not. I can't see blowing up tech. If that's what you want to see, smoke and everything else, you go to somebody else's channel and find smoke. Look, they got a whole forest that burns in Upper California. Go watch the forest burn. I mean, damn. You want entertainment? Oh, I can give entertainment. Oh, sure, I can give entertainment. You just stand 5 minutes and put your little 2 cents right there. I'll show you how much entertainment you gonna get. Ain't that right there, machine? I'll show you that entertainment you're gonna get. Put your 2 cents right there. That's all you got to do is come on my live stream, put your 2 cents right there, and let me see it. And I'll show you all the entertainment you need. If you need me to be nasty, oh, I can be nasty. You need me to be nice, oh, I can be sweet. You need me to be funny? Oh, I can make you laugh. You go to anybody else's channel, do you think they can do that? Hell no. Not one of them will pay attention to anyone that's in the chat. Unless it says like a $5 super chat. That's the only way you pay attention. Are you silly stupid? Oh my God. I pay attention to every one of my subscribers and viewers that come to my live chat. Every one of them. And I read off what they're saying. I'm paying attention to them. AJ should build an all gigabyte system. Man, why would I waste my money on that? Until Gigabyte shows me that they got a system that's worth showing on my channel, that until that day comes, just ain't worth it. Why am I going to spend my money? I can tell you Asus proved their theory with me. I got all Asus. I got an Asus motherboard. I got an Asus graphics card that never quits. So what do you think Gigabyte's going to do about that? You think they're going to send me something that's better than what I got right now? Do you think they even notice my channel? They don't notice me. Now, but I'll tell you, JJ on Asus notices me. Anytime I go in, he does a live stream. He says hi to me. So they notice me. That was entertainment right there. Yeah, ain't it? But that's my point. Asus over there notices when I come up on the channel, their channel. You think Gigabyte's got that going on? Hell no. You think they know they do that anything for me? Hell no. I know Asus don't cut me no deals or anything else. I don't expect them to. You know, but I'm going to tell you like this. I know their product and I know it doesn't quit because I put this through hell. This computer's been through hell and back. Even though that it might have on the graphics card NVIDIA, Asus still built the graphics card, not NVIDIA. NVIDIA passed along the GPU die. It's up to the manufacturer like Asus to finish the bill. Think about it. If you got let's say if you got one that was strictly built by NVIDIA, that's a different story. But NVIDIA just passes along the GPU die and it's up to the manufacturer to build it. So basically, it's not so much what the GPU die is, it's so much what is put on the PCB that matters. They talk to me on X as well when I have a question. Okay, well, you know, the reason why I don't talk on X is because I get Discord. Everybody can join right there on Discord. I just post when I launch a video on Twitter. That's it. Oh, Asus, that is. Well, if you go on to JJ's live stream, When they come up, they'll talk to you. He does a live stream, I think, like once a week. Or if you go on Facebook, he's got a spot there on Facebook too. So if you want to, get your questions answered, he has a tech channel on Facebook, which I'm already enrolled to, that I check out, and talk out there once in a while too. So there it is. Okay, well then, even on YouTube, they have an Asus channel with JJ on it, and he talks about products and stuff and this and that. I'm sure, that'll be something that's interesting to you as well. I know the products I use with Asus. I know them like the back of my hand now. I've been working with the motherboard that I have for quite some time, taking my time and learning it so I understand how it works. Just like with the graphics card, processor, everything that I did to build my computer, I went and tweaked in the BIOS to get it perfectly set. My computer's perfectly set down to at least 0.29 nanoseconds. That's how far I got with my system. Down to 0.29 nanoseconds. To you, to everybody, it might seem like it's years. But to do it is really simple. And it's only a couple steps. These big time reviewers and stuff like that, they say, oh, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. No, you don't. That's all a bunch of smoke and mirrors. That's all a bunch of lies. I don't care. They can come on my channel and call me a liar all they want. I don't care. But I have my computer and I can prove it. So, like I said, I can prove what I'm talking about. Let them sit on that same computer and work with it for the length of time I've worked with mine to prove all the theories possible that you can do with it. I still have options to where I can do more with this PC. I can tell you that. I can go up to a bigger processor with this. I can tell you that. Because the VRMs on this motherboard can handle up to the maximum. I think it's the Ryzen 9 3950 or something like that. Something that just blows your mind out of the water. It's got like 16 core 32 thread processor. Something like that. Well, if your next system will be an Asus system, that's up to you. What sold me on it was the amount of what sold me on the Asus was the programming that comes along with the motherboard. That's what sold me on Asus. Because, you don't have to use this heavy overclocking software. Because the motherboard comes with an a light version of Ryzen Master. Asus does. They put out their own little program that is a light version of Ryzen Master. So basically, you really don't need Ryzen Master to run an Asus motherboard with an AMD processor that's AM4. You really don't need that heavy of a program. So keep that in mind. But I know all the bells and whistles. I know all the programs that they offer with the motherboard from Asus. And it's a lot more running than a Gigabyte motherboard. Gigabyte motherboard, even their wording on the motherboard is confusing. They don't word it correctly. See, they don't mark their ARGB correctly like they do on Asus. Asus marks their ARGB and their RGB correctly. So, plus overlockers said the Asus boards are hard to kill. Yeah, they are. They're a monster, dude. Unless you brick your motherboard because you put in um, the wrong firmware for the BIOS, that's the only way you're going to kill that motherboard. And even then, you can't even kill that motherboard because Asus has a lockout if you try to put in the wrong firmware for your BIOS. It has a lockout. So if you do it and you go online and you go into the BIOS and try to update it that way, and you put the wrong BIOS in, you try to, update the firmware to the wrong BIOS, that Asus motherboard is going to lock you out and tell you, no, that's not the right firmware. So then you're going to have to go and get the right firmware in order to put it in. But if you do a flash BIOS and put in the wrong firmware, yeah, it will brick your motherboard because there's no control. The computer can't control what you're going to put in. So if you do it the right way and you hit the delete key and you go into the BIOS and you put the BIOS in the right way, you're protected from for your motherboard being bricked through Asus's programming. It's only if you turn off from inside, going into the BIOS and you turned off your computer and did it manually flashback, that's when you brick your BIOS or brick your motherboard. They said the board will turn off. You mess with it where it will harm it. That's only, see, like I said, that's the BIOS flashback. If you turn off your motherboard, you shut down your computer completely and use BIOS flashback and you got the wrong BIOS and you plug it in and hit that button and you get the wrong BIOS on there, you just shot your whole motherboard. But not completely. Not completely. The reason why I'm saying that is because then you'll have to take the motherboard to a technician that can take the BIOS chip off, reflash it, put it back on, and give you back the motherboard. So it's not completely bricked. Only the chip is bricked. That keeps it from starting up. So it's hard for the overlockers to push the Asus board because the safety protocols. Yep. Asus put in safety protocols with your AM4 motherboard and should be for your AM5 too. So you can't change and adapt the firmware to something else it's not. Only way that happens is if you get a funky email and somebody tries to hack into your firmware that's in your motherboard BIOS. That's the only way you're going to get screwed up BIOS. And by the time they're doing that, they're just looking to ransomware your computer. And I always looked at it like this: if you got a cheap ass computer, they want to ransom it, throw the fucker in the garbage and go get a new one. You ain't ransoming nothing. So if it come down to that, I'll just take the whole goddamn thing, throw it in the garbage, start off brand new, and that's the end of that. So they ain't gonna get peaches and cream out of me. Doesn't matter. Just wasting your time by doing that. But anyway, I'm glad to see everybody made it today. We got conclusion viewers that this says right here. Chat rates at about a 0 capacity. We only got about maybe 2 viewers that viewed my stuff all day, and that's me, myself, and I. No, I got 15 views in 24 minutes. Out of 2 hours worth of video, 2.5 hours, average duration's 24 minutes. 24 minutes. So off topic a little, what happens if you put your RAM sticks in all of the spots, like the first and fourth spots? What do you mean? I'm kind of confused on what you're trying to ask me. My RAM sticks right now are in all 4 spots, bro. Brick by brick, my citizen, brick by brick. Look, I'm going to tell you like this. Oh, AM5, AM5. Not sure. I don't have an AM5 motherboard, so I'm not sure what the outcome would be. But if you and hear me out, if you match it to the level of the motherboard, okay, because on the manufacturer website, they'll give you a max amount of frequency that it can go to. If you match that with the amount of RAM, it shouldn't matter if you use 4 sticks or you use 2. Hear what I just said. Go to the max frequency without overclocking the RAM on the motherboard. Go to the max frequency with the RAM. You can hit all 4 slots. Going above that, yeah, you only can use 2 out of the 4. Overclocking, you do the 2 out of the 4. Right there at the fine line, do all 4. Simple. I found out that when you overclock, that's the best time to only use two lanes, 2 RAM slots, A2 and A4. But when you run the frequency level at the max that the motherboard will allow you to do, you can run A1, A2, A3, and A4. if the RAM is matched equally, which I know is going to be impossible because there's always a little variance. But if it's 99% matched, you should be fine. Like if you have 4 spots to put the RAM and they say to put them in 1 and 3 or the 2 and 4, why not the 1 and 4? Well, because you're putting 1 in the primary slot and you're putting 1 in the secondary slot. A1 and A2 are together. A1 is your primary slot. A2 is your secondary slot. Okay. Hear what I'm saying. A3 is your primary slot. A4 is your secondary slot. Listen to what I'm saying very carefully. Putting them in the secondary slot fills the primary and the secondary because they're double-sided. They're in one slot. Putting it at the back end other than putting it in the front end. Putting it at the back end gives you the full length of both slots. So putting it at 2 and 4 puts it at the back end to give you the full length of the slot of both sides. Instability, if you put it in 1 and 4, instability, it wouldn't be as stable. And you trying to push it at the max of the motherboard will allow, and there'd be like an instability issue because now you got one slot working at the front end of the configuration, and now you got one RAM working at the back end of the configuration. So basically, they're not matching. They're not matching on both sides. So you cause an instability between either the front end or the back end. Usually you're going to cause an instability from the front end than you would the back end. Yep, basically so. Basically so. See, when it comes to your RAM, you know, the way they used to do RAM years ago was that if you got if you got like a 4 GB stick in the back end of it, but you got a 2 GB stick in let's say a 4 GB stick in A2 slot, and you got a 2 GB in A1 slot, that should give you 6 GB. Reverse it and see what happens. Instability, because now you're asking the 2 GB stick to take up the room of the 4 GB stick instead of flipping it around where the 2 GB stick is in A1 and the 4 GB is in A2. The 4 can handle the 2, giving you 6. No instabilities. Makes sense? You can't ask something smaller to push something bigger through something smaller. You can't. So you have to flip it around to keep it stable. It's and if they're all the same, they all work off of the same equal terms. So if you got 4 sticks that are same equally matched, they all work off of the same terms. No system instability. None. But if I go to overclock this RAM above 3200 megahertz, totally unstable. It's at 3406 megahertz. That's totally unstable of this RAM. So, as far as I can go, I keep it at 3200 megahertz. The F clock is at 1600 megahertz. That's all I need. Simple. So, yep, the clocks are the key. Because you can't take and expect one side. You have to have a balance. If you can't keep it balanced from one side to the next, you're always going to have instabilities. It's always going to give you crashing, and give you a bunch of problems. Why do you need all that? You make more work for yourself. Why do you need to do that? Do it right the first time. You don't have all that extra work and just play and have a good time. Do your thing. Well, if I'm going to say like this, I undervolt my processors because I want to keep the heat down. I want to keep the instability down. And also, too, I want to keep the cost down. Oops, sorry, I'm trying to get something out of my eye. So you want to keep the cost down, the heat down, and everything else. That's why I undervolt. And I made plenty of videos for undervolting. So you shouldn't have a problem to undervolt your stuff. But if you don't find it, and do understand this, you with your motherboard, there should be videos out there for your motherboard, how to undervolt your motherboard. Okay, machine, I'm going to explain this. You're undervolting your processor. You're taking and putting your RAM at the max clock it can handle on that motherboard. My RAM is 3200 CL16. The motherboard runs at 2300 megahertz until you overclock it to the 3200 megahertz. So basically, you're doing an overclock already. When you're taking and manually setting your RAM up to 3200 megahertz and the F clock down to CL16 or 1600 megahertz, you're already overclocking your RAM. You're undervolting your processor, keeping the heat down, and it runs fine. I mean, I have no complaints. I've been doing it all this time. Right now, my processor is running at 42C, 42 degrees Celsius. Right now, that's what my processor is running at, 42C. That's it. And I got OBS on, and I got YouTube open, I got Discord open, I got antivirus on, I got all of it loaded. So overclocking does not need more power. Just asking a question. No, it doesn't. But yes, it does in a sense. Let me explain why. Overclocking your processor requires a certain amount of wattage. So as you go up and you try to overclock it more and more and more, it needs more wattage. So in order to carry the wattage, you need more voltage. So you have to up the voltage in order for it to carry the wattage. Understand? So if you don't have enough voltage, the wattage will never carry. So why I undervolt is because it's doing the opposite. It's using less amount of wattage with less amount of voltage. But when it comes to gaming, it will push it right up to the max of 85 watts. Even though I know my processor is maxed out at 137 watts, I maxed mine out at 137, but I undervolted it to 85. But I still get the same performance if I pushed it to 137, then keeping it down at 85. Same thing. Same amount of percentage used for gaming, same everything. Same amount of nanosecond delays, millisecond delays, same. Nothing's changed. But except for my computer uses less power, but gives better performance than when it's overclocked. So, it's common sense. That's the reason why I undervolted. My processor's cool. Never have a problem. Mine will last longer. My processor will outlast longer than somebody overclocking and running their computer overclocked to the max 24/7. They will burn their processor up faster than I will. My processor will outlast me the way I run it. And you're welcome, man. Simple said and put. Okay, now this is the thing. I got a birthday party I got to go to. I'm kind of pushing the things a little bit too far for today, but I do have to get going. So I want everybody to have a great day. And if you made it to the end of this live stream, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. But you can't hit the notification bell unless you subscribe first. So until the next time in the next video, you know who it is. And we'll see you on the next one. All right, machine. See you later, man. Be safe, and we'll catch you all on the next video.